Now I'm going to tell you the most important lesson I ever learned in my life, because it changed the path of my destiny. It started at my lowest point. I was struggling. I was in a hard place. I was suffering in my worst moments. We've all been there. I like to call it my dark place. You see, I had just lost my job. My bank balance was less than zero. I had a failing business and a family to support. Only my ambition had led me to this point. But this is the thing that most people actually admired me for. And it almost destroyed my life. I was down, but I was not out. I took the last bit of my energy to an old school mentor of mine. We used to call him the Guru. He said few words, but his message was always right. And I was so low that when we met, I didn't even ask him any questions. I just told him. I told him that I regret trying. In my dark place, I told him I regretted the hard work, I regretted the sacrifice, I regretted the dedication I had put in, and in that moment I regretted it all because I didn't have anything to show for it except for a bunch of broken dreams. He said, "Regret? You know what? Meet me here tomorrow and I'm gonna show you regret." So then that very next morning, he picks me up, I hop in his car, he doesn't say a word. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, where the hell are we going? And after 15 minutes of driving, we pull up to the middle of nowhere, outside of a retirement home. And I said to him, "I came to you for help and you're gonna bring me to the middle of nowhere?" He says to me, "No, you came to me with regret, and I'm gonna show you true regret." He walks me up to the door, and just before he leaves, he tells me, "I want you to go in there and I want you to speak to these people. And I want you to ask them about regret. You look into the eyes of some of these people and you're gonna see true regret, and you're gonna see real pain. You're gonna see the pain of broken dreams, because when you're 90 years old and your body doesn't work how you want it to, you know what real regret tastes like. You still have those dreams that you were pushing aside, but now you really can't do them. Now you really can't start that business. Now you really can't be the athlete. Now you really can't do it because your body no longer allows it. Now go in there and speak to these people and see what true regret is. I'm gonna be back here to pick you up tomorrow." So I spent the whole night talking to all kinds of men and women, wise and foolish, brave and cowardly, regretful and fulfilled, those with failures and those with successes. But it wasn't the winning or losing that made them develop these regrets. It was so much more simple than that. It was not trying. I could see contentment in their eyes. I could instantly recognize that they would rest easy. I could immediately spot the ones who felt accomplished in life. After speaking to them, I realized that not all of them were winners and not all of them were losers, but all of them were triers. All of them had given it a shot. All of them had taken the chance on their dreams. And it was with that knowledge, the knowledge that they had tried, that they felt no regrets, that they had given it their best shots. Unfortunately, in a retirement home, it's much, much easier to see those people with regret in their eyes, because they were the people who never attempted to live their dreams. You see, spotting someone with regret, it was instant. Misery was written all over their faces, and you could tell there was a deep sadness lurking inside, and an empty feeling just overshadowed their persona. And that night, I was told so many stories of regret. I was told so many stories of these what-ifs, heartache and pain. So many knew their dream. They had lived with it in their minds, dwelling on their aspirations for their entire lives, but they never brought it to life. And now, them knowing it was physically impossible to fulfill their dreams, man, the sadness they felt and the sadness I felt for them was overwhelming. You see, regret is a sad thing to see, and the majority of people I spoke to that night had regret in their eyes, embedded in their lives. When Guru drove me home that next morning, he asked me, "Now son, what are your regrets?" I had nothing to say because I didn't feel any regrets. He asked me, What did you see in their eyes? I told him regret. He said, no. What did you see? I said, pain. He said, no. What you saw was them looking back, wishing they were you. You don't realize the privilege you have. If you still have time left to make a mark, and if you still have time left to live your dreams, then you will have no regrets. And if you're still able to work on your goals and ideas, there are a billion people wishing that they were you. Stop with the regret. Start feeling gifted and start feeling blessed. You have a chance to go out there and make a mark. You still have the opportunity that so many don't. Understand that you have the privilege to succeed in life.
When you feel like quitting, remember how you started. We've all started something we didn't want to finish. A school assignment, a business opportunity, perhaps dreams you never thought were possible. Have you ever grasped a task you knew you needed to complete and you're just about to give up on it? If you wanted to complete this task, you need to believe that you can. Picture yourself standing, proud the task is finally finished. Whether that takes hours, days, weeks, or years. Imagine yourself so close to that task and finally having it completed. This completion no longer has to be a dream. It can be a reality. Make this happen. Face reality and see how much you can change, because you can. This no longer has to be in your imagination. Just keep your final results embedded in the back of your head. Keep your motivation strong. Stop thinking that quitting is an escape plan or even a path that you can take, because the only thing you're escaping from is success and the potential to succeed. The only thing you need to escape from is failure. You're strong enough to make it past your fear of struggling. Move past this and move towards the struggle. Embrace the struggle. The story can't be completed without an ending. We all know how everyone's story starts, and how your own story starts, because we control that. We make sure we begin on the right path. I know people think the ending can't be controlled, but I say it can be. You can. Think now, how do you want your journey to end? What do you want to achieve by then? Do you have an idea? I know I do. This can be your time to make these things happen. There is no such thing as too soon. Time to square up and start writing the page where you thrive. Don't close the book now. The chapter continues. Don't sabotage your own life. It's worth more than that. Don't feel yourself backing up in the wrong direction. You're on the right page, and you need to take action. The action needs to break your wall of self-doubt. Your actions need to have a purpose. Because you haven't got the time to wait around for someone else to write your ending for you. Because only you can control that. Control your future now. Take some time now to think about your life. Think about your principles, your morals, who you are as a person. Take a long think about how these morals and principles affect your life, how they affect the people around you. These principles are what define you. These principles will affect your future. Imagine you're on a train, sat comfortably, the air is perfect, not too busy, not too empty. The train stops. You can get off. After stopping at the station, the train can keep traveling. Not everyone can get off at this stop. The village is deserted and dangerous. No one has anything to say for it, but only the bravest and the most successful have the power to get off. The rest of the journey is quiet, and the last stop is safe and secure. familiar? The question is, the train is stopped. Are you getting off? Imagine this. You do. You're cold, you're scared, and you're putting yourself at risk. Right now, you don't want to do this. You want to get back on the train, but you don't. You walk forward through the pain and the fear, and you see it, an opportunity, a fruitful city, full of opportunity. The only reason you made it here is because you moved past your doubt. You embraced danger. You put yourself in and took the risk. Do you know what this takes? Courage. This is your life, and you won't get the opportunity unless you take the risk. Get off the train before you miss the opportunity, and success will soon escape you. Stop waiting. Stop jeopardizing your future and take the threat, because you don't know what could be on the other side. The hard work puts you where good luck can find you. Think about the reason you work so hard. Think about your motives for success. Why you want something so badly. The reason should be for you and you only. Now is the time where you can be selfish, for you to improve. Because you can. Hard work puts you in the right place. The reason you're in the place you're in at this moment is so you can move forward and not back. In order for you to move forward, you need to work hard. Work hard, harder than you ever have before. And you need to feel the pain, discipline yourself to grow. What are you waiting for? The thing you can do is move forward. You have the potential. We all do. So use it. Use this opportunity. You now have to change the way you see life, change your mindset, and change your actions. Take the risk to make it further towards a better life. Once you've made this transition, things can finally fall into place. What you don't know is they already are. Stop looking for happiness where you lost it. We've all had those moments when we've hit rock bottom. The point where getting any lower doesn't seem possible. But once you've reached that point, the only direction you can turn to is up. So that's the direction you'll turn to. After you've decided to change, you need to change your attitude. Make the transition for the better. For your attitude to change, you need to find your positivity again. This takes time. Stop going back to where you started. Grasp a new attitude. You will find it when progress can be made. When you work harder, make it past the doubt you had before and move towards progress and success. Stop holding yourself back. Break through your doubts, your insecurities, because you can be defined as so much more than that. You haven't lost your momentum. This is just a setback. This setback doesn't mean you can't move forward. Use that point as a lesson. Educate yourself. Use this to make yourself stronger. Because this is the most valuable lesson you could have.